Alright, YouTubeites, tonight is going to be the actual meatballs. I did a video. I was going to try and get the meatballs going and then, you know, put them in the oven and do guacamole. Well, it didn't happen. Like, I didn't upload the video because I was like really too hammered. Not really too hammered, but I just not quite on the ball. And I think, you know, tonight might be a repeat incidence. But what we're gonna do, I gotta do these meatballs because the ground beef's been sitting in the fridge for a couple of days now. And so I'm just gonna focus on the meatballs because that's more than enough. And it's with my other videos, I was like scratching my head like, why is the camera shutting down? And then when I looked at the memory card on the computer, I put it in the computer, it's got a memory card drive, and I put it in there, and I looked at the file information, and it was like 3.8 gigabytes for like 30 minutes, and so there's my answer why the camera shut down. It's like it was out of space. So not outer space, but out of capacity. And I thought, okay, I can do one of two things. I can continue using the 4 gigabyte memory card and just like do a lot of preparatory work in advance and really try and keep the video under 40 minutes or 38 minutes or whatever it cut out. Or I can like install a higher capacity memory card. So I chose the latter. Because I don't like time constraints, and part of my idea is that, you know, I talk to you, like tell you about my culinary philosophies, stuff like that. And let's get started. Tonight is going to be meatballs. Yeah, and you're not going to see it. There's a surprise video that I did not upload. I'm just going to keep it in the video bank. Yeah, and there's like some surprising elements there. I feel like I have to duck down. I'm trying to look at the camera lens, and that's the thing. Like, boy, like I'd love to have a production crew and this and that, and like multiple angles or what have you. But I'm just kind of going in this one shot format because doing the editing and stuff, you know. I just don't have the time, you know. I like doing it. I mentioned it before. I like to, you know, play around with effects and introduce sound and stuff into the video. Do a little editing craft, but no, just not going to happen. This is just, you know, we're talking about cooking. So number one, I'm going to prepare, before I start like getting my hands in the ground beef, I'm going to prepare everything I'm going to mix into it. Starting with a pineapple. So I should take you around. I got this really nice tall kind of tropical house plant, and I always put the tops in the at the base of the big pot, And they're just sit there, you know, I don't expect them to grow or anything, but. Oh, okay. Let's check it. My furnace blowing cold air. Uh-oh. Call the HVAC dude. You like. Okay, we'll use this is a Jamie Oliver knife. Actually, kind of inherited this in a way. Yeah, it says on there. I don't know if you can see that. I can't tell one way or another with this camera, but. So I don't know. I'm not a pineapple expert, but I take the pineapple. I just basically cut it off really close to where the outgrowth is, and this is probably not even ripe yet. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's get that top off there. And then, cutting a pineapple is pretty tedious. But we don't need much for this recipe. We just need, I don't know, I'm just gonna, let's see, how much ground beef do I have? I'm gonna go, you wanna use, general rule of thumb is that you'd like to have more than you need than less, and if I feel like I've got too much, like I can just eat the pineapple, and you can't see me cutting it, so maybe I'll move the camera, or I don't know, maybe you can. I can't tell because, as I pointed out before, the screen's all mangled and stuff, eh? So I'll try and eyeball it. So, okay, hopefully you can kind of see here. Just cut off the edges. You don't want that ruddy skin in there. Or maybe you do. So we got this. There's a bit there. You can get as, I don't know, particular as you want to get. Don't want to get persnickety about it, but. Alright. So I'm going to try and do a combo where, like, even though I got more memory now, like, I had 4 gigabytes, now I got 32. So that's like a difference of 8 times as much. 8 4 is the 30. Yeah. I think my timetables are on spot. All right. And yeah. See, I just cut out the center parts of a pineapple, in case you don't know. Like you can eat them, but they're not succulent. I'm just gonna try some. Tell you what, it could use some ripening, but for our purposes, well, this is gonna be harder to cut. Trim down closer to the top. We'll get her. I'm just gonna do it quick. Gee, wasting pineapple here. Nah, to hell with it. Nah, I'm just not gonna bother. That's enough right there for our purposes. We don't want to go crazy over that type of stuff. Mixing bowl. Where did I put it? Thought I that a housefly? What the hell? That's, you know, I hate about housefly. Why can't they go and like do something instead of bugging you? Oh, of course. Yeah, I know where the mixing bowl is. I put it in the refrigerator last night because I was gonna make these last night. Do my, you know, cooking vid. I love doing these cooking videos. It's a lot of fun. It makes me feel like, oh yeah, but like I said, I'm gonna prepare everything I'm putting into the mixture prior to, you know, I'm not gonna do one thing at a time and then wash my hands. And speaking of which, I don't have my soap bath. It's like bachelor cooking rules. That drained out there. Got some nice soapy water in the sink. That way, yeah, it's good to keep your hands clean when you're touching food, obviously. I shouldn't need to tell anyone that. I remember, well, I'm not going to mention it. It's like, you know, 70 years of sanitary practices, and then suddenly in, you know, 2020, you gotta tell people, instruct people on a methodology for washing your hands. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna do for these meatballs, like I'm thinking like kind of a sweet and sour approach. Sweet and sour. So the pineapple provides the sweetness, the sourness. Now this is gonna seem crazy, and yeah. Well, let's see here. Okay, I got this long past best before date. It's called Ruby Red Grapefruit Juice, President's Choice. Excuse me. I noticed that on one of my last videos. I'm always sniffling. Pasteurized, keep refrigerated, shake well before serving. I'm not going to read it in French. I'm not that hammered up. We'll shake it. I'm just going to give it a whiff. You know, it smells like grapefruit. I'm just going to pour a little, what I'm doing, so you can see. Just going to pour a little, like, into the, this is a thing of ground beef. I don't know if you can see that on camera here. This was vacuum sealed in 2020, and now it's been resting in the fridge a couple of days. I'm just gonna pour some of this in there. It's all gonna be, you know, well cooked. So, but this grape, I don't eat grapefruit juice, dude. Oh, and the chicken soup turned out really good. BTW. Okay, so I'll just put that over there. Now, what else do I want in my meatballs? And how am I going to make the sauce? I've got the roaster here. This is the ovular, we got elliptical roaster. That's what I'm going to put all the meatballs in, because I think I'm going to get about, I don't know, like 26 meatballs, somewhere in there. But I'll move this out of the way just and get these peppercorns. Put that in the way. Cover up the butter's all over the place. Yeah. I was gonna do a cleanup, but I had a busy day today. I had to go out of town for a little bit. Okay, so we got the ground beef with grapefruit. Arguably expired. It smelled really good. There's no indication of. I don't know, maybe it's on its way to fermentation. I don't know. I don't know how that stuff works. But I'm gonna mince the onion. And hopefully, you know, you can see my action. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not a master mincer. Yeah, I'm just gonna flatten it out a little bit. Oh. Try and get it like slices, half moon type slices, like fairly thin. Just put them all down there, and then just I want them, when you're doing meatballs, you're blending it in. You want it pretty fine. That's, I don't know, my thinking. So just mince. I should bring out that seesaw mincer. Maybe I'll do that. Might speed things up a little. That's what I was thinking, like, if my videos can only go 40 minutes, I either gotta do things quicker and maybe have things prepared ahead of time. But I kind of like my style. I like talking while I'm doing stuff. And so, talking to you, and the viewing audience at home. And a word from our sponsors coming up. Just joking. I don't know, maybe you will get that. I don't try and monetize my videos. Yeah, so boil down to, like, am I gonna speed up my videos? And I thought the last one, like, I was actually kind of half corked when I got in front of the camera, and I reviewed it. I thought, like, it was pretty funny. Wasn't awful, but at the same time, I thought, good Lord, could I and awe any more? Alright, so this is not quite as minced as I'd like it to be. Yeah, I'm gonna get this little seesaw I showed you in another video. Just kind of run it over here. Because I want these, like, I want it like I want it minced, not just finely diced. Minced red onion. That's what I'm aiming for. This is not camping with Steve. Steve he'd find a way. He'd just find it in the some kind of convenient package. Save all this time. But we're not camping, so we got all the time. Not. Boy, I love those stealth camping videos. Wow. Got a friend of mine who likes the same thing. Hey, she's my best buddy's mom. So we go for lunch once in a while. We go out for lunch, and I was surprised to learn like she likes watching that stuff too. It's so relaxing, and it's like relaxing to watch. And I really appreciate like sort of more like formulaic videos, like Steve Wallace. He sort of got the step 2. It's like he'll generally with a stealther, as he calls them, he sets up camp. I mean, he scopes it out, he scoped it out in advance, I think. He gets someone to drop him off, or parks in a parking lot and then goes, into the bush. And then sets up his hammock or his tent or whatever kind of shelter he's gonna do. And then he does the step 2, man. What's it gonna be? Typically some kind of beer type drink. I like beer too, but I really only drink one kind of beer. I think I drank it in another video. So now I've like pretty, I don't know, you know what? Mincing stuff is tricky. It's not tricky, it's just tedious. But I'm having a La Fin du Monde, and that loosely translates for you English language speakers as the beginning of the world. See, I'm gonna, I'm not gonna sweat it too much. I'm only gonna get these minced so much, I guess. I could spend all day here. Oh, I do want them, because I'm making meatballs. I don't want them to compromise say like the tenacity or I want them real, like just to blend in with the ground beef, so it's like a part of the ground beef. That's sort of what I'm aiming for. So let's keep going back with this rocking horse here. Yeah, they're getting pretty good now. Yeah, an expert would. I'm gonna try and get expert with this. I'm in like slow motion. No, don't gonna miss this. Just wait 6 weeks, you'll be done. Okay. Now while I got that, okay, so. Let's hold this up here. Hopefully you can see that. I still got the pineapple. So what I'll do is I'll just mix it all up together. So you have pineapple and red onion. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm not going for a spicy meatball per se. It's kind of, yeah, it's going to be on the sweet side, I think. Especially with all this pineapple. Pineapple is my go-to fruit. I don't eat a lot of fruits. You know, I'll eat bananas here and there a little bit, like peanut butter banana sandwich. Make a banana loaf. Maybe I'll do that for a show. Make a banana loaf. My style. Actually, my banana loaves never really turned out that well. Baking is quite the art form, really. But yeah, and that's about the extent of the complexity I want to endeavor to take on in the realm of baking stuff. However, you know, I've done pizza dough from scratch before with less than terrible results. But now I'm mixing all this, just dicing the pineapple in with the red onion. It's quite a flavor combo here. Yeah, the seesaw thing, you know, it's pretty good for, you can roll it back and forth. Kind of does, I don't know what's better, like, I'm gonna just change it up, use this Jamie Oliver knife, just give her again. So this is the work here. Just actual labor. And I think what I want to essentially do, eliminate any big chunks, because it's going to go into these meatballs. Into this ground beef, I should say. And I don't want it compromising the structural integrity of my meatballs. If you're going to build a meatball, you want it structurally integral. Alright. I'm having too much fun doing this. Still a few big chunks. See how long this takes, eh? Like we're already like 10 minutes in here. And that's why I talk while I'm doing it. I'm hoping I'm keeping things interesting while I'm doing something so incredibly boring. Or maybe it's got ASMR quality, eh? It's like, oh, you feel the tingles down your spine, do ya? Alright. Okay, I'm gonna call that done. I'm just getting bored with this. Now, before, I like to put everything in before I start, so I don't have to wash my hands 17 times. I'll wash them now, but get all all my other ingredients. And I'm gonna keep it simple. It's just that red onion and pineapple, breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs, where have we got some? These are, it's like planko, or what do you call them? Panko. These are panko breadcrumbs. I rarely use these. I don't think they ever really go. Let's smell them. Yeah, they're fine. Put those in there. That's the last of that bag. Don't want too much. And spices. It's the noise I make when I'm uncertain about things. We're gonna get some. These are supposed to be kind of sweet meatballs. I want to avoid like my typical kind of spicy stuff. I'm gonna go. However, you know, a little cayenne pepper, or a lot, not too much, and some cayenne pepper. That'll just kind of balance everything out, I think. And oh, salt. Can never forget, you know, the salt. I'm not a chemist. With salt, what is the chemical composition of salt? CH12 something. But like Emeril Lagasse, he calls it the essence, and it serves as a flux. Rarely do I cook anything without it. You know, I grew up, you know, watched Julia Child with Mom sometimes. Really like her. Emeril Lagasse, he accredits her with being an inspirational figure in his own cooking. And BAM! So now, okay, what I should do is preheat the oven and kind of come up with some, when you do meatballs, like you want to roast them in something. So I'm going to set the oven to bake. I'm going to go a little low. I'm going to go 335 start, and in my oven I store this big old thing there, so I'll take that out before I go any further. Excuse me. Just got like some phlegm. My dog, do you want to go outside? You want outside? Outside? No? I don't know what she wants. You want a chip? I don't think you like these ones. No. Salt, breadcrumbs. I was thinking, what else can I add? But this is pretty unique. Red onion, pineapple, ground beef, breadcrumbs, salt, and cayenne pepper. And I'm thinking that's, and the grapefruit juice, the soon to be fermented grapefruit juice, it seems. So I'm thinking mix that all up. That's going to be actually really nice. But for a sauce, so what I'm gonna use is perhaps unconventional. It's gonna be butter, beer, bacon fat, and milk. Oh, that's dicey, isn't it? Okay, that's beer and milk. What? Okay. So I better get these, while the oven is warming up, I better get these meatballs prepared. So what I'll do is I'll put the mixing bowl here and then the roaster right beside it. And guess what? I'm gonna salt that roaster too. And this, of course, is coarse salt. Perfect for pickling things, like myself. I'm well preserved. Okay. Gonna be too shy. Don't wanna overdo it though. I don't know, but this is gonna be pretty cool, man. I don't know if anyone's done this. Pineapple, red onion, breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs go in meatball. I mean, that's an obvious one. But pineapple and I don't know. Like put some garlic in there. I'm just gonna keep it pretty straightforward. I'm like, yeah, I don't want this video to run on for 2 hours or whatever. So now, while the oven heats up, I'm gonna get my hands, get my hands dirty here. Let's mix this in. I wish I had a close-up, like a cameraman, get the close-up so you can see the action here. Like, I like to see that on videos. Like, I like to see what's going on, to see the texture of everything. But I'll try and bring it up after I'm done. But can't be afraid to get in there. If maybe you're someone like you don't like touching raw meat, and that's understandable, I suppose. You could put on some gloves. Like, I'm always afraid, like, you want to use the right gloves that don't, if they're not, they don't have some weird powder on them or something. But, or you could use like a mixer. I have one of those like power mixers. It can grind. It's got a meat grinding attachment, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a nice unit. Anyway, yeah, this will be good now. Even raw, it smells pretty good. All that pineapple, oh yeah. All minced up. Quite nice. And yeah. I'm gonna call that good enough. And there's a little chunks of pineapple in there that didn't get minced up, you know, quite properly, but you know, that's okay. I think that's okay. And I'm just gonna make my meatballs. Am I gonna have enough room? This is a lot of ground beef. I want to make them like kind of small side. Oh gee, of course my dog wants out right when my hands are covered in meat. Want outside, Mila? Yeah? Okay, well I may as well do it now. So about, you see that? It's like just, what is that, an inch and a quarter? Oh, this is so much. I don't know, it's fun work. Pretty fun. It's funny, I applied for a job at a seniors place. They're looking for a cook, but I don't think they're looking for my style of cooking. Outside? Let's go. It's getting cold out, so she's not going to be out for long. Okay. That's how I make meatballs. Throw them back and forth, like a baseball. And maybe I'll edit this video like to do the 10 times speed, like I see in some of my YouTube icons or idols, like post 10, you know, like all the repetitive stuff, you know, speed it up. But I don't think this video is going to be too long anyway. Yeah, if you can wrap your head around pineapple, red onion, ground beef, breadcrumbs, and cayenne pepper, salt. But I need to sauce them up. And so I'm thinking I'm just gonna use like the last of my beer. Bunch of butter. Oh, it's a little small. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. 6. I figured I'd have like 26. Thinking I'm not too far off, and I might not have enough room in here unless I space them closer together. Oh, there's my dog again. Yeah, it's getting cold out, so. She's just a tiny little creature. Not built for Arctic conditions. One of those Arctic dogs, like I can't remember right now. Well, a husky, I know that one, but there's another dog. got your Saint Bernards. I think they can handle a little more extreme weather than the average dog. Their coats, but my dog's really short hair, tiny, just pretty rugged for, you know. Okay, so 2, 5, 9. I got 9 in there. You know what? I know this is pretty boring. I'm not really showing you anything. It's too big. I'm gonna keep them all kind of uniform size. I'm not gonna bust out the ice cream scoop or anything, but just kind of eyeball them and see their approximately the same size. I like testing my own vocabulary. Probably got that wrong. There be a more succinct way of saying things is their uniformity is within some kind of parameter. I don't know. I just can't quantify things right now, man. Yeah, you throw these back and forth like that, and then they densifies them, eh? Just like kind of making a snowball. Well, a snowball, yeah. A snowball is more like a little different. Make a good snowball. One of my favorite things as a kid is snowball wars. Building a snow fort and going to war, neighboring kids. The older kids, eh? The older. Back in the day, the teenagers, they were so bad, man. Come and pick on you. Yeah. But we were ready. We had like an ice ball repository. So those pesky teenagers, they knew better than to get within range. So we knew how to whip those things too and take a tooth out. Oh, damn. Drop some ground. Yeah. This floor, my dog crapped on the mat while I was outside, and I had the lights. I didn't have the lights on. I didn't notice it, and I stepped on it and tracked some dog shit across the floor. I was like, today of all days, because I had somewhere to be. So anyway, in this roaster, I had them all perfectly aligned. I've got 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 meatballs, not the 27 I thought I'd have. And when it comes to, these are going to be slow cooked. And then while they're in the oven, I'm going to sit here and talk to the camera for 6 hours. No, just joking. There's something else I can put in there. Yes, there is, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna keep it at that. was thinking maybe grate some ginger, like apart from the sauce that I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take butter. Got some butter here. Just throw it all in there. I'll have to replenish that dish tomorrow. Put that butter in there. And yeah, something you can hardly go wrong with, in my opinion, is bacon fat. I got that right here. I'm gonna be generous with that. Just put her in the roaster. It's all gonna melt in there. You don't have to spread it out gingerly or anything. Ooh. Here, your bachelor cooking trick. This Papa John's garlic stuff. Throw it in there. Who cares, man? Just put her in there. Yeah. And then, oh, well, I was gonna put milk in there. I don't know. That's pretty dicey, but it might work, or it might curdle. So instead of that, I'm going with this expired grapefruit juice. Put that in the roaster. What have we got in here? Here's something fun. Well, nah, I'm getting crazy. Just like throw whatever I see. Oh yeah, just put it all in there. But the meatballs, you know, we can put in, yeah, I'll put in a whole bell pepper, or I'll slice it in half. So I want to use them before they, like you saw in that last video, one was, I just left it out on the counter for a day or two and it started getting a spot of mold. So I don't want that to happen to the rest of them. I'm just gonna cut into this here. I'll cut it like, take out the, you know, these seeds are perfectly good. In the sauce, maybe. So, yeah, I'm just gonna sprinkle them in there. Woo! Pepper seeds. They're not too offensive. Let's put those in there. Without the pulp, and then I'm just gonna quarter. I'm gonna do quarters. Bell peppers, just throw them in there. Because I'm lazy. I gotta use them. So that, and now the beer. Put lots of beer in there. Always get more of that. And it looks like the oven is up to speed, so. Oh, one thing. Do I need one more thing? I feel like I need some black pepper on this. I'm supposed to, they're going to be sweet with pineapple. Black pepper is not. It's one of the most magical kind of spices, in my opinion. Don't need to tell most people that. Like, that's why it's, you know, on the table of every restaurant out there. Salt and pepper. And yeah, I'm just gonna go with, I don't know. See, I'd like to bring the camera over. If I tip it, yeah, I'll just bring the camera over so you can see what's going on here. Doesn't look like much now, but I guarantee. Well, I can't make any guarantees. I've made meatballs with pineapple before, so we'll see how it turns out. I'm thinking it's going to be quite good. And what do I serve them with? That's the hard part. Just eat them all. Just eat them all and forget a side dish. Eat them with vigor. Yeah, so now I got a bit of cleanup ahead of me tomorrow. Whew. What I do want to do, I find with pineapple, you want to, I use tinfoil, I get good results just by getting a little piece of Alcan. Like I said, like pineapple's my go-to fruit now. Because there's not too many fruits I don't like. I can't really think of one that I don't like. This is like pineapple and cherries. Those are my two favorites. But I got a if you're an Aquarius, you should eat pomegranate, and maybe I'll do a video on pomegranate. And you can use that in, you use pomegranate in cooking. It's, that's funny, a lot of, the camera's too low. I think a lot of times in, you know, conventional cooking, bachelor cooking or whatever, you don't think to use fruit as a